win after a rough road trip.
Yeah, very rough. I mean, I think it taught us a lot though, just about how our discipline. We know what the game plan is. We start really well, but we're not finishing. We're not surviving the runs. We get taught into like the taunting or the crowd or the emotion. Being disappointed over the turnovers, and our goal moving forward was to survive it and just stay disciplined no matter what. And we also talked a lot about like what sisterhood means. Everybody jumps up and down when you shoot the three or you get the and one, but that's not when you need sisterhood. You need sisterhood when it's the turnovers, when you're fat. And I wanted my bench to be just as loud with communicating the scout and helping each other out if we're missing shots, talking about finishing on 2 feet and that kind of thing. And so that's what we're growing. We're not fully there yet, but we wanted to keep our crowns on this game. We wanted to make sure that we were talking through that. And that's the difference in between how we survive runs, because we're still a young team. So we're going to have turnovers. We're going to have mistakes. We're going to have fluster. Teams are going to go runs on us. You know, they're going to push through. We're going to foul sometimes. It's all about learning how to rethink and get back discipline. And I thought the team did a really, really good job of that. And I thought Jada Belton anchored us really, really well in the paint tonight with her double-double and her paint productivity.
You know, she's coming into her own now. You know, she's it's middle of the season, but
yeah, they end up celebrating now. I'm about to get to it, but this is it's whenever she. And you know, you got to remember, she's just a sophomore. You know, and so in this league, you know, most of the people who are emerging are transfers coming in as a junior.
Right.
Coming in as that, so she still has 2 years left, and so as she's competing with some of these people who are consistently older than her, and she started as a freshman, she didn't play on another level and then come down here with that confidence. She had to start here from a baby, so where she's getting, I mean, there's still a long way to go and a lot of development. But kudos to her, because I don't know a freshman that's coming to this league, arguably, and is doing the productivity that she's doing, especially in the paint versus the top post players in the conference.
And she's worked against some bigger post players in some cases, but like you just mentioned, they've got a lot more experience. They're either junior or senior.
She played against Jackson State, and although we didn't come out with the victory, you know, we held that kid to 2 points, and she's WBA pro look. So sometimes when she may not be finishing the board offensively, she may be in charge of defending some of the best post players. I can say they can be on the list for the country. You got UAPB, you got Jackson State. I mean, those kids are pros somewhere. They're pros somewhere, you know. And so with her having the task of defending those, some nights she ain't got the energy to finish it. Everybody else needs to pick it up. But super proud of her. Super proud of her.
And your guard play is starting to come around also.
You know, it's by committee. I mean, we're down 3. Right, Deja's out, Anela's out for the year. You know, Tati's out. You know, we can't keep like doctor's appointments. There's a ton of stuff going on a consistent basis. We can't get our roster in. But if they're on scholarship and they're practicing, they have to be ready to go. You know what I mean? Everybody has absorbed that mentality, and so people are ready to go. I mean, they're practicing, they're getting the scout, they're learning just as well. And I say all the time, I need 5, maybe 6. And so I'm very, very pleased as a head coach and a leader that we don't have to stop. You know, we just stay disciplined to what our mission is.
And lastly, you have to be proud the way they're starting to finish games now. The road trip was rough, but when they're at home, they realize they're at home and in front of their home crowd. And with 2 to 3 minutes left to go in the game, if there's a way, they're starting to find a way now.
But yeah, that's even more impressive than even, especially being younger than last year's team even, because we had a lot more seniority and seniors and stuff like that. We struggled at home all the time. It was very hard to coach them because, you know, shame and embarrassment and all of that, and you play in front of the guys and, you know, stepping up to a championship team that's playing before you every time, you know. It was but like this year they're really starting to emerge. So I mean, it's still early, you know, we still gotta wrap up the first half and we gotta see how we finish the second.
And lastly, I cannot forget this. You all are fixing to go on a long road trip.
Yes.
It was a lot of games on the road before you come back home.
Yeah, well, we got Prairie View and then we got the Florida run. So we just got to get one game at a time. We just enter 1 quarter at a time. Okay, one possession, one media timeout at a time. Like that. We just one day at a time like that for us. Yeah. That's
the one thing that's worked in everybody's favor. I noticed this season. media timeouts when they've got media games and all.
Yeah.
It helps because you get that extended time
Yeah.
where it would normally be like a minute and a half. Now you get almost 5 minutes and all to talk and calm everybody down and then make decisions.
Yeah. I mean, it helps sometimes if they're locked in. Sometimes you just shooting there and blowing whistles. But yeah, I mean, the girls. I mean, I'm gonna get into that to them now. But like, really, really proud of them. Really proud of them. They're probably waiting on me to celebrate, and so I'm gonna get out there and cheer them all down. But yeah, they did a good job today.
All right, reintroduce yourself. We'll close this
I'm
up.
Coach Skeete, head coach of Texas Southern Women's Basketball.
This is Jerry Lee Woodley Jr., the college sports reporter, signing off. Thanks, Coach.